Welcome students. Welcome to the lecture series on the topic of optics. So in this lecture series, we will focus particularly on the chapter polarization. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the introduction of polarization, then what is unpolarized light, what is polarized light, and few examples. So why do you need to study polarization? So there is many application of polarization in engineering as well as multidisciplinary subjects. Say study of electromagnetic waves, communication systems, stress analysis, chemistry, astronomy, radar application, and many more. Okay, so let us start. So you know there are mainly two kind of waves. One is electromagnetic wave, example is light, and one is mechanical wave. So the example is sound. And there are few phenomena which a wave exhibit, say reflection, refraction, interference, and diffraction. You have studied these chapters in your previous classes. So let us start and let's see reflection. So an electromagnetic wave shows reflection as well as a mechanical wave. An electromagnetic wave shows refraction, and the same for mechanical wave. Same thing for interference and diffraction. So you see, up to these four phenomena, you can't actually distinguish between an electromagnetic wave and mechanical wave. Both the waves will behave same in case of these four phenomena. Then how to distinguish between these two waves? There must be some another phenomena which can distinguish between an electromagnetic wave and a mechanical wave. Here comes polarization. So an electromagnetic wave shows polarization and a mechanical wave doesn't, because your electromagnetic wave is a transverse wave and your mechanical wave, sound wave, is a longitudinal wave. So from polarization, you know that electromagnetic wave and mechanical wave are different in nature. So what is actually polarization? So polarization is transforming an unpolarized light into polarized light. So this is, in one word, what is polarization? So the action of restricting the vibration of a transverse wave wholly or partially to one direction. So we will try to restrict the plane of vibration in particularly one plane in case of polarized light. Then it is the main characteristic of transverse wave. And using this, you are distinguishing between a transverse wave and a longitudinal wave. Now what are the examples? See your 3D glasses. All of you have gone for a 3D movie and you have used a glass, a sunglass kind of thing. So that is actually a Polaroid which polarizes the light. Then the polarizing sunglasses. Then the LCD technologies and many more, there is a use of polarization. So what is unpolarized light? So we have to know first what is unpolarized light, then we can go for polarized light. So when a light comes from a source, the direction of the electric field vector randomly varies with time. There is no particular direction of vibration of an electric field vector when light comes from an ordinary source, let's say sun, bulb, or tube light kind of thing. So as a result, the direction of oscillation, it can oscillate in all possible planes because it is vibrating in all possible directions. So the plane of vibration may be in any direction. In any plane it may vibrate, the electric field vector. So a light in which electric vector oscillating in all possible directions is referred to as unpolarized light. So in case of unpolarized light, your electric field vector is actually vibrating in all possible directions. So it is actually a kind of mixture kind of thing. So it is produced naturally. So the light emitted from the sun, from the bulb, are unpolarized light. So in any natural source of light, you have to remember that in any natural source of light, it is a unpolarized light. So let's say this is a propagation direction of your wave, electromagnetic wave, and the vibrating direction in any direction. So it is an unpolarized light. So you can say there is another example, and if you see this light from this thing, this direction, you will see the electric field vectors. These are the electric field vectors. These are vibration of electric field. So this is the representation of unpolarized light. Now you see how a electromagnetic wave propagates in vacuum. So you have to remember that the vibration of electric field, this blue E, the vibration of magnetic field, this red B, and the propagation direction along the X, all of this must be mutually perpendicular direction. So this is true for any electromagnetic wave. The electric field vector, the magnetic field vector, and the direction of propagation, these three are always mutually perpendicular, okay, in case of electromagnetic field. So see, the electric field is vibrating along Y, the magnetic field is vibrating along Z, and the wave is propagating along X. So this is how a electromagnetic wave propagates in a medium or in vacuum. Now the question is, what is then the polarized light? So you see, this is the representation of unpolarized light. So your electric field vectors are vibrating in all possible directions. Now you can convert it in a polarized light where the electric field is constant in a single direction. So here it is vibrating in this direction, in a single plane. Here it is vibrating in all possible directions, but here it is vibrating in a single plane. So that's why it is the polarized light. And to a polarized light is called polarization. Okay, as the lecture series progresses, we will see how you can convert an unpolarized light to a polarized light. Okay, how this electric field vector, the vibration of electric field vector, are being restricted in a single plane. So how are unpolarized light represented? So the electric field vectors can be decomposed in two mutually perpendicular components, and for unpolarized light the components have equal amplitude and the phase difference between them varies randomly. Let's see. So this is the representation of unpolarized light, and you can always decompose these vectors in two mutually perpendicular directions. One is along the plane and one is perpendicular to this plane. So you can represent this unpolarized light like this. So one is vibrating like this and one is vibrating like this. So this solid dot represents the component out of plane, and this line kind of thing represents the component in the plane. So when you see this kind of representation, you know this is a unpolarized light, or this kind of representation, you know this is a unpolarized light. So what we have learned in this class, we have given the introduction, then about some unpolarized light, then what is polarized light, and the examples.